hits me. You know that moment when something you've only ever read about suddenly becomes real? Maybe for the first time, you felt what this path is really about. Not just understood it in theory, but experienced it deep in your body. The joy, the aliveness, the quiet realization that everything you've been searching for is already within you. I know that that's where many of you are right now. And I think it's beautiful. You've touched your inner life center, your true self. And in doing so, you felt the difference between knowing something in your mind and living it through your soul. It's a turning point you can never fully return from. This stage also brings its own misunderstandings too. A common one is this idea that contact with your spiritual self should instantly make you feel perfect or transformed. That suddenly you won't feel fear, anger, grief, or doubt anymore. And when those feelings arise, it must mean something's wrong. When the truth is the exact opposite. The only way to reach that deeper state of being is by allowing yourself to feel all of what you've been avoiding, including the messy, raw, and uncomfortable parts, including the pain, maybe especially the pain. Self-acceptance is not a reward for becoming better. It's the path itself. When you stop resisting those painful emotions, when you let yourself feel them without judgment, they begin to dissolve. Not because you fix them, because you finally met them with compassion. Even while you're still in pain, something new stirs. You begin to feel alive in a way you never have before. There's movement, pulse, possibility. So why do we stay numb for so long? Why does it take so much effort to find this aliveness within? Well, because somewhere along the way, usually very early in life, we decided it was safer to shut down, to deaden ourselves, to not feel. And that decision made sense at the time. When we're young and overwhelmed, numbing is a survival response. The thing is, if we never grow out of it, it becomes the greatest burden we carry. When we dull our pain, we also dull our joy. We dull everything. We become tired, stuck, lifeless. This numbness creates a kind of inner death, and it's the real root of the hopelessness so many people live with. We often think aging brings stillness. Really, it's the loss of our will to move, to feel, to risk, to experience that creates the appearance of aging. The more we reject the full spectrum of life, the more we begin to shut down, and eventually that inner death plays itself out in the body. Now, the reverse is also true. The people who stay young longest are those who keep moving, physically, emotionally, spiritually. They keep saying yes to life. If you're noticing resistance to movement, whether it's a physical heaviness or emotional reluctance, don't judge it. Be curious. Ask what part of you is afraid of feeling. What are you protecting yourself from? Movement brings life, and life brings feeling. That's why we fear it, because to move is to feel again, and to feel is to risk pain. The pain that comes with aliveness is not the same as the pain of rejection or avoidance, though. When pain is accepted, it changes. It doesn't trap you. It opens you, becomes a doorway. You've probably already felt this, that even in moments of sadness, if you're present with it, if you don't fight it, it carries its own strange beauty. It softens you. It connects you. It becomes part of your wholeness. Path isn't linear. You'll have moments where your heart opens and then just as suddenly it might close again. And that's okay. That's part of the process. The important thing is to notice your patterns. See when you tense up or shrink away. Recognize that you're trying to protect yourself. And then gently bring your awareness to that place. Not to fix it, just to be with it. This is how the old patterns lose their grip. There's nothing wrong with you for needing to revisit your pain. In fact, the real healing happens in these moments of return, when you meet yourself again with just a little more grace, a little more presence. Much of your numbness isn't about what's happening now. It's a replay of an old wound, a moment from childhood when you didn't have the tools to process pain, so you froze it inside. And now, that frozen place shows up in your reactions, your defenses, your fears. The thing is, now, you do have tools. Now you can meet your pain consciously. You can say, yes, I see you. I'm not going to run from you anymore. And just by doing that, the pain begins to soften. It's not about wallowing in negativity or making suffering your identity. It's about opening to what is without flinching. It's about not being at war with yourself. Because when you deaden any part of your emotional life, even the painful parts, you also block out joy. You block out love. You block out your aliveness. If you want to feel deeply, to love fully, to experience the richness of life, you must be willing to feel your fear, your anger, your grief. Not forever, just long enough for it to move through. Let it move. The only way out is through. And if you're wondering why love or intimacy still feels out of reach, consider looking here. Where are you still numbing yourself? Where are you afraid to feel? Because until we stop projecting life, we cannot fully receive it. And maybe there's a bigger truth here too. That the conflict we see in the world, the wars and injustices and chaos, they're all reflections of our own inner war. The fight between the part of us that wants to live and the part that still clings to safety and numbness. But when you start saying yes to life, even in your smallest inner choices, you become part of the healing for yourself and for the world. Yeah, of course, it doesn't happen overnight. You thaw a little, you feel, you pull back, then you thaw again. That's the dance. And with each round, the fear loosens. The split within you begins to heal. And the death process begins to reverse. Eventually, you come to realize you were never meant to live half asleep. You are made for aliveness, full feeling, full presence. So, as you continue on this path, keep meeting yourself with honesty and softness. Prepare yourself for the next wave, not with fear, with a growing trust that you can handle whatever comes, that you are no longer the child who had to shut down to survive. You are here now, awake, aware, capable. Let life in. Let feeling in. Let yourself be fully here. Love you. Connect soon.